Hi everyone, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 back-to-back battles here for you guys and girls on the channel today. Now, our opponent is an 1810 rated player from New Jersey. We got Mark with the Porygon 2, Garchomp, Muk, Alola Form, Ninetales, Magnezone, and Tapu Lele. My team will be the Marowak, Salamence, Muk, Tapu Bulu, Silvally, and Lapras. Now, I made a bit of a change to this team with the Silvally. The Silvally is actually a bit more fun. Because I didn't like the Farium memories that I was placing on. So I changed the set quite a bit. Let's see. Lapras does fantastic against my opponent's team. Sure Code could actually be a real clutch lifesaver. I feel like we'll see Ninetales Garchomp as a lead. That's very potential, I think. I think Salamence Muk is a fine lead. I do love this lead a lot. It just does so much work. Tapu Bulu, I'm trying to think. Tapu Bulu could be great for getting rid of Psychic Terrain, but it doesn't do much otherwise. Marowak helps against the Magnezone and the Muk, as well as the Ninetales. And I think Lapras for the Garchomp. And the fact that Lapras can wall the Ninetales is the switch into Blizzard. Sheer Cold could be handy for the Porygon 2 if it gets out of hand, if I can't get a knockoff onto the Porygon 2 with Muk. So we'll see how this goes. If you guys can't tell, I did do some laddering off camera because I wanted to practice with some teams and this team and try to get better with it and see what I can improve. I'm always trying to... In my spare time, I'm always going to try and improve teams that I've made and test out some new stuff just so I can get better as a player and I can bring better content to you guys. So, we're going to see the Ninetales and the Garchomp lead as I anticipated. Unfortunately, I don't have a say switch into Tectonic Rage and Blizzard. That's probably what we're going to see. I think my best play here is to... Okay, I think we would have to see the Tectonic Rage and the Blizzard. I mean, it's just such a free play. I think I'll switch Salamence out into Lapras. And just protect Muk here. I really don't want to take a Tectonic Rage. I've already learned that -1 Tectonic Rage does a lot of damage to Pokemon, even at -1. It can KO Muk, it can KO Arcanine. It's just such a great move on Garchomp, especially. So I'll switch into Lapras because Lapras can wall the Blizzard and it threatens the Garchomp. And Lapras plus Muk will be able to do a lot of damage to my opponent's team. I won't be taking any hail residual damage. And I have Salamence in the back and I can always give an Intimidate. We could see an Aurora Veil too. But honestly, I think Blizzard plus Tectonic Rage is just such a safe play for my opponent. We're going to see the Blizzard come out. So I'm guessing the Tectonic Rage will be coming out since I don't expect an Earthquake coming here. Maybe a Tectonic Rage into the Salamence slot, predicting it. But I wouldn't risk that. I would just go for the Tectonic Rage into the Muk. It's a very safe play. Make sure your Ninetales' Focus Sash doesn't get broken. We're going to see that Tectonic Rage come out from the Garchomp. And will it target the Muk as I anticipated? Tectonic Rage goes off into the Muk. How much is this going to do? Probably about... Yeah, about 25%, 30, 25. So we took that Tectonic Rage pretty well. Garchomp, if it has revealed its item, so it can't be Assault Vest, it'll be knocked out by a Freeze Dry. I don't know if Ninetales wants to protect. If my opponent has, we could see Protect. No, I don't think we see Protect Earthquake. I think we see Garchomp switch out and we see Marowak come in. And I think we see Ninetales either go for the Aurora Veil or Protect. I'm going to make a read and go for the knockoff Brine into Garchomp. Trying to catch that Magnezone on a switch. Because I do think Ninetales would either Aurora Veil or Protect here. And I think Protect is a safe play for the Ninetales. But we're just going to see the Aurora Veil. So I could have broke its potential Focus Sash. It would have made room for the Marowak to sweep. But we get to get rid of an item coming from this Magnezone. So that's pretty nice. If it's a choice specs or leftovers or anything, it's going to be the leftovers. So it's probably that substitute set. That's very nice. It's not going to be healing too much. I don't know if my opponent would go for the straight Thunderbolt into my Lapras. I'm guessing he does have Discharge since he's probably the subset. Thunderbolt won't be able to knock out my Lapras, and I have an easy switch to Marowak, so we could see a double here. Maybe switch out Ninetales into Garchomp. I think I want to Freeze Dry Poison Jab the Ninetales slot. Yeah, let's do it. I don't lose too much. Magnezone can't do much damage other than that Thunderbolt, and he's got to be wary of the Marowak switching, so I guess we could see a Thunderbolt switch into Garchomp, but we're just going to see the Blizzard actually. So, Muk is going to be taking a lot of damage, but we do have that, I believe it was Ipapa Berry. I don't remember which berry I gave it. It's the Figy Berry, okay. Because I don't know, I like Ipapa Berry. But we got the Freeze Dry onto Ninetales, breaks the Focus Sash. Flash Cannon's going to come out, target down the Muk slot in case the Marowak switched in. I would have probably switched into Garchomp, to be honest, because you could threaten him with that Earthquake, but we're going to get the Poison Jab off onto the Ninetales. Is that crit? Oh, that sucks for my opponent. I'm not sure if Ninetales would be able to live. It doesn't have the best physical defense in the world, but Muk doesn't have the greatest attack in the world, so I think it would have been able to live, so that sucks for my opponent. We'll probably see Garchomp come out now. That definitely sucks for my opponent. If I give it a Garchomp, I think the way is clear. Okay, Muk is going to come out. Interesting choice. So I want to get rid of this Muk's potential healing. Oh man, now it's like a question of what does he do? I think you would knock off the Lapras slot, to be honest. But you could knock off the Muk slot as well. I don't need Lapras, to be completely honest. I think the best play here is to Brine the Magnezone and just knock off, because I don't need these Pokemon anymore. Getting rid of that Muk's recovery would be great, as we're going to see Magnezone actually protect, so maybe we're just going to see a knockoff into my Lapras slot. I will just Brine the Magnezone slot, as we'll see the knockoff come out, and it will probably just, yeah, try and knock off my Assault Vest. 100 makes sense. We're going to get the knockoff, and it's going to target down the Muk slot. As we knock off the Figy Berry, which is what I wanted, that means he has lost 50% of his health, basically, because he cannot recover that health anymore. And this hail is chipping him down. It might be chipping down my Muk, but my Muk's job is pretty much over since it doesn't really deal well with the Magnezone, the Muk, and the Garchomp in the back. I don't remember who we saw go first, but I think a Brine is pretty safe into the Magnezone, and I'll just knock off the Magnezone as well. Again, I don't need these Pokemon. I have Salamence in the back, and I think Salamence can just win the game. Also, if he wants to get rid of Muk, you have to target it down with the Magnezone, a Flash Cannon or Thunderbolt into that slot. I'm not switching in Marowak on purpose because I do not want to... Marowak is a Pokemon that can do work. We get the Brine off, and since Brine does double damage when your opponent's HP is less than half, we get the knockout, which is very nice. Poison Jab from the Muk coming out into my Muk. Not sure how much I agree with that play. We're going to get the knockoff into my opponent's Muk, and the hail stops. That means my opponent has one more turn of Aurora Veil, and after that, my position is just very solid with my team. I'm going to see the Garchomp come out. He has to double target my Lapras in order to get rid of it. We could see a Dragon Claw on the Muk though. Like, I don't want him to get a free Dragon Claw into my Salamence, so what I'll do is just Freeze Dry the Garchomp. And I'll taunt the Garchomp as well, because if I taunt it, that means he cannot protect from my Draco Meteor or my what's the Devastating Drake. We're gonna see the Garchomp protect, so I'm guessing he's gonna try to either get chip damage onto my Lapras. Yeah, I think you would try to get chip damage onto the Lapras, which makes sense. I could have predicted that, but I already have the damage on Muk that I need, I think, for the Devastating Drake to knock it out. As well taunt that slot. Aurora Veil wears off, which is basically the perfect timing I needed. I wonder if he just protects Earthquakes. Yeah, I can see the protect Earthquake. He has to knock out Lapras, and the Muk is slower. So I'll just freeze dry the Garchomp, and I'll switch out into Salamence if he wants to go for that Earthquake. I guess I'll risk it now because I am expecting to protect Earthquake. It's a very likely play for my opponent. And the fact that Poison Jab plus a -1 Dragon, -1 Dragon Claw won't be doing too much to my Salamence. So, gonna get this Intimidate off. I'm hoping if he does go for a Dragon Claw play, we see the Rock Slide actually. Salamence voice attack, which is unfortunate for me. Unfortunately, Lapras will go down, but that's fine. Just hoping no Poison Jab Poison, because that would be the one thing that really screws me. That does a lot more than I anticipated. I'm going to go on to Marowak here. He's already Intimidated, so he cannot knock out my Marowak with a knockoff. And I can just Bonemerang the Muk. I think you have to protect Garchomp here. I mean, you could go... I don't think you protect Earthquake, because I don't think that's the call at all. So I'm going to sack my Muk here. Like, keeping Muk was an option for me because I would, if I did take a bit of damage, I can now switch out my Salamence, go on to Muk, and get a double Intimidate off onto my opponent. If my opponent really wants to make the read, just go for the Earthquake Protect play. I think that's the smartest call you can make in the situation. It's going to come down to some factors after that. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. I'm pretty sure the Muk is in range of Devastating Drake, though. And we might see Garchomp just protect here. That's always an option. It's either you protect Earthquake or you protect Garchomp and try to get more damage onto the Salamence to pick up the knockout with Dragon Claw. We're just going to see the Rock Slide. Luckily, the Marowak avoids the attack, which means I'm pretty sure we will live the knockoff, but let's see. Yeah, we will live the knockoff plus Rock Slide. I don't have to worry about flinches, which is the big part. But we missed a Bonemerang. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm just going to protect Marowak here and taunt the Garchomp. We're probably just going to see Rock Slide knockoff. Oh, that sucks. The reason I wanted to Bonemerang Muk is, even though it probably wouldn't have KO'd, well, it doesn't have its Figy Berry anymore, but the fact is I wanted to get to that position where I didn't need to do Devastating Drake onto the Muk. Yeah, we're just going to keep seeing Rock Slide come out from the Garchomp. Alright, so we should live another knockoff of Marowak because of that Intimidate and the fact that he can no longer knock off an item, so that is nice. Maybe I should just protect Salamence here. Oh man, I might have screwed up this game. Hold on. Okay, so maybe he's just going for the Rock Slide flinch to win the game. I could see that happening. I'm just gonna Bonemerang Devastating Drake. I don't want a Draco Meteor because I'd rather have the ability to Draco Meteor to Garchomp the following turn. We're gonna see the Rock Slide. Marowak again avoids the attack, which is fortunate. But I really need my Salamence to get this Devastating Drake off, which is the important part. If it flinches, game over. But we don't flinch, which is fortunate. We will get this Devastating Drake off into the Garchomp. And this is not game over yet by far. The Rock Slide misses have helped me. But the problem is that Rock Slide would have put the Marowak in range where it would have been knocked off by the knockoff. And then it came down to Muk. If I missed the Draco Meteor one, that's a problem. 2, if he gets the Poison Jab crit or Poison, that would have been terrible for me. So definitely getting a bit lucky in this end game. We're going to see the knockoff come back into the Marowak. Bonemerang, it does connect with the Muk, that's fortunate. And that will be able to pick up the KO. To be honest, I'm trying to think. Because if I did hit that Bonemerang earlier though, I wouldn't have had so much problem because I could just Devastating like the Muk wouldn't have needed to take 2 hits because I'm pretty sure it would have lived the Draco Meteor from the health it was before the Bonemerang hit. But if the Bonemerang hit, I didn't have to go for 2 attacks, and then he as long as again the Poison Jab didn't crit or poison my Salamence, we would have won the game regardless. Because Marowak would have knocked out if he hit the Rock Slide. And then it would have came down to that Poison Jab. He's at -2. I don't think the Shadow Sneak plus Poison Jab would have knocked out anyway. So that is a good game to my opponent. It's always nice to theorize of what could happen. I definitely think I put myself in a pretty sticky spot where it could have gone either way, to be honest. And I don't think I want to do that for future games. So I have to keep that in mind. Maybe just keeping the Lapras healthier would have been nice. But then again, this team is so slow that it could have lost to potential Rock Slide flinches. Savali would have actually been really good in that game. I did not anticipate my opponent not to bring Porygon 2. Because that's basically, Savali would have actually been able to do a lot of work in that game. I'm actually running a Choice Scarf set on Savali now with Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and Flamethrower. And obviously that would have been able to do a lot. Threaten that Garchomp. Flash Cannon would have been able to obliterate the Ninetales, bring it down to a Focus Sash. But you know, it wasn't the right game. I think I needed something for that Porygon 2. Like, Porygon 2 is just a huge threat. Porygon 2 is a huge threat, especially with this team. I had to rely on getting that knockoff. Tapu Bulu is my main output against Porygon 2 because of the Wood Hammer from Grassy terrain just does so much damage. I guess Flare Blitz from Marowak can do well, but it can be recovered stalled, so it's not the best option. And then, of course, there's the one-way out ticket with our Lapras, and that's hitting Sheer Code. That game took a long time, actually. Wow. So I think we're only going to be doing 2 games in this episode, but I think that's fine because that was definitely a good game. We're going to see Ryan. I don't remember the rating, but we're going to see the team of Magnezone, Garchomp, Nihilego, Tapu Lele, Ninetales, Alola Form, and Marowak. So no Porygon 2. Savali can shine. Savali can shine. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent brought Ninetales Garchomp lead. I think I'm going to go Savali Muk as my lead. The problem is I can't bring Marowak. I can't bring Salamence, or I can't bring Lapras. And I like those 3 against my opponent's team. Lapras does well in walling. Trying to think here. What do I struggle against? The Muk handles the fairy types and the Marowak pretty well. Intimidate's really important. I think I choose to let... Alright, I'll go Salamence and... Alola Form, Marowak. Sorry guys, I'm a bit tired. I'm really tired. If you guys haven't seen, I haven't uploaded for the past 2 days. I've been working on college applications for the entire weekend. And it's been a huge pain, and I've been working countless hours on them. So, forgive me for not doing the content. I already apologize. Like, I'm going to apologize now. But now that I'm finished with them, or almost finished with everything that I need to do for college, we can get the video train rolling again. So, I cannot wait. We're going to see the Magnezone Nihilego lead, actually, here. That's pretty bad for me. That's pretty bad for me, not going to lie. This was not what I was expecting at all. I could get rid of Nihilego potentially. Like, the Magnezone is not a threat to my team at all. I am worried about a double target though. I don't want to reveal I'm Scarf Savali though. But is it worth taking a Power Gem? I don't think it's worth taking a Power Gem though. I'm just going to double up on Nihilego with a Flash Cannon knockoff. Again, the Magnezone is not the threat. The Nihilego is definitely a threat though. We're going to see Nihilego actually withdraw, which is unfortunate. Garchomp's going to come out. Should have clicked Ice Beam on that slot. We're going to get the Flash Cannon off. We don't reveal we're Scarf, actually, so that's pretty good. We could actually trick my opponent later. We're going to see the Thunderbolt come out, and it's going to target Savali. Doing about half. Knockoff into the Garchomp. Actually, is that Flash Cannon range? If that's Flash Cannon range, I want to click Flash Cannon. And I'm pretty sure Flash Cannon does knock out Garchomp at that range. So I'm hoping... But I don't want to... Well, Savali's not that important in this game. I'll just knock off Flash Cannon. Hope that Flash Cannon's able to pick up the knockout. But my opponent protects. Okay. So Flash Cannon into the Garchomp. Thunderbolt's going to come out. Probably target down my Savali once again. Yep. Savali does faint. And we get the knockoff, and it will target down the Magnezone. Shuckle Berry, actually. Wow. Go on to Salamence here. Get the Intimidate onto the Garchomp. We already confirmed it's a Z move. We know that for sure. We will get the Intimidate off. Shuckle Berry is an interesting option on Magnezone. It is 4 times weak to ground, but I'm not sure if it's, like, the best option. Nihilego is just so scary. I had to preserve Muk, and I think my opponent knows that, so I think we'll just see a Tectonic Rage and a Thunderbolt. Which means I could knock out the Garchomp here. But I don't want to take too much damage, and his Garchomp can't do anything much after a Tectonic Rage, so I'm just going to protect Muk and go for that Flamethrower. Flamethrower might be able to knock out the Magnezone, but then again, Ninetales, if it's in the back, could be a problem. We are going to see that Tectonic Rage come out from the Garchomp. Maybe it was better. Well, I think Magnezone's still fine to get rid of. We're going to see the Tectonic Rage come out from the Garchomp, and it will target down my Muk. And again, this isn't going to be doing too much damage. Because of that Intimidate, yeah, we're able to take that pretty fine. We also lit the Power Gem from a Nihilego. We're going to get the Flamethrower off, and it will target down the Magnezone. Oh, wow, it doesn't pick up the knockup, but we get the burn. As we see him power... Oh, my... HP Ice Magnezone. I haven't seen that in so... honestly, I don't remember the last time I've seen an HP Ice Magnezone. It's because, I don't know, the only HP hidden powers that I've seen on Magnezone is the... Alright, it's only been Fire, basically. Or Grass sometimes for the Gastrodon. But HP Ice can make sense. Nihilego's going to come out. Very, very tough position for me. I think we already lose because Nihilego's just a Pokemon that can knock out my entire team. I think you just protect Earthquake here, and then you can Power Gem after, so I don't think I can win this. That's a bit unfortunate. I don't think Lapras would have helped eat in this position because Power Gem would have been able to knock out, combined with a, probably a Dragon Claw. We just see the Rock Slide actually come out. Oh boy. Are we going to flinch? Well, I guess it doesn't matter if we flinch because I'm pretty sure we lose this game. To be honest, I'm surprised he's not going for the Dragon Claw. Knockoff into Garchomp. Doesn't pick up the knockout. I needed a knockout for a chance because maybe Marowak can live the... Like, Marowak could have lived... Okay, so... Trading Magnezone for my Salamence was not the play, 100%. I had to hope we dodge a Rock Slide if my opponent's going for Rock Slide. To be honest, I don't... We're gonna see Garchomp... I don't know about that. Is he... I don't know. Unless it's Life Orb, because I think Life Orb knocks me out anyway. And that's a common item on Nihilego. But if it's Sash... Okay, it should be Life Orb. I think. Beast Boost... Is it Life Orb? Yeah, it's Life Orb. So I should have knocked out the Nihilego instead of the Garchomp. But yeah, that's a good game to my opponent. I don't think I can really play this one out because I don't think I can 1v3 with Muk in this kind of position against a +1 Nihilego with Life Orb, with Garchomp, and whatever my opponent has in the back. So the play there was to attack the Garchomp. The only problem was there was a potential for Ninetales to switch in to the Devastating Drake, waste my Z move, and then Magnezone could have actually just went for the HP Ice, I guess, anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to think what I could have done better. Obviously, that target to Garchomp would have been huge because Garchomp was just threatening me the entire time otherwise. And Magnezone wasn't really a threat, so yeah, targeting Magnezone wasn't the play. I guess it depended on what he had in the back though, because I could have still lost to whatever he had in the back. Even if let's say I got rid of the Garchomp, I lose the Salamence, and then it comes down to Magnezone, Nihilego, most likely versus my Marowak and Muk. I would have had to knock off the Nihilego because the Life Orb Power Gem knocks me out. Yeah, it would have still been a pretty hard game to win otherwise. Nihilego is a huge threat to my team since my team is 3 Pokemon weak to Rock types. But I guess what I could have done actually was the better play, I think, was to Flash Cannon the Garchomp when I had Savali out and it was threatened by the Flash Cannon, switch out into my Marowak. And I think that actually would have been the best play because what that would have allowed me to do was to take the Thunderbolt with Marowak and then threaten with the Flash Cannon again the following turn. So maybe that was a better play. Definitely a big mistake on my part. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, or girls, again, gender equality here. There's a paste bin down below, links down below to all the past VGC episodes and the paste bin of the team. You can also check out my social media such as Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, a bunch of stuff. I actually added a bunch of new Patreon rewards today, so if you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. It also includes getting feedback from me by battling me, so if you guys want to check that out, always down below. Otherwise, yeah, subscribe if you want any more content. Sharing the video always helps, and I am excited for 2017, people. It's a brand new year, and I'm hoping to bring it all. I'm hoping to do my best. See you guys around in another video.